Hi everyone, welcome to Chalchitra Talks. I'm Vaani, and this week I want to talk to you about Ananthamurthy's Sanskar. So this book has been translated into English from Kannada by A.K. Ramanunjan, and it was done so in 1970. This book was written in 1965, and when it came out, it received a huge backlash, especially because it revolves around a religious crisis that has taken place in an upper caste Hindu community. And this religious crisis is something which is at the heart of the book, Sanskar. The title of the book refers to the last rite which is performed for a person in Hinduism, the last rite, Antim Sanskar. So it is believed in Hinduism that your body is essentially made up of five components: earth, water, fire, air, and space. And in order to achieve moksha or nirvana, your body must go back to being those five components. And the last rite, Antim Sanskar, assures that. So this story opens up to a death scene. In a community of upper caste Brahmins, an anti-Brahminical Brahmin is dead. His name is Narappa, and he has passed away because of a plague that is about to come into the city. But that is not the trouble, the plague or the death. The trouble is who should perform his last rite, his Antim Sanskar. None of the Brahmins, none of his family members want to do so because Narappa had given up on most Brahmin things. He did everything that was a taboo. He ate meat and fish, he drank liquor, he hunted fish with his Muslim friends, he lived with a low caste woman and gave up his wife for her. And therefore, everyone wants to punish him. And because they could not do this when he was alive, they want to do this to him in death. This is a dilemma for Praneshcharya, who is, in a way, the head of this community. He's a very holy man, very pious, religious, and at the same time, very kind. And he feels that perhaps his family should just perform the death rites. But he does not want to force anyone into doing so because of how Narappa lived his life when he was alive. This dilemma of who should or should not perform his Antim Sanskar gives way to Praneshcharya's transformation. In a way, the passage of dead Narappa becomes a passage for Praneshcharya who's living. And at the end of the book, he is a completely different man. So जब नरप्पा जिंदा था, he would always question the ways of Brahmins, their hypocrisy and their rituals. And he was protected by the modern secular laws, and even more so by the bad conscience of the Brahmins around him. And they thought that if they throw him out, every village that surrounds their village, the people will start questioning ways of their Brahmanism. And in a way, they were scared that Narappa might go around and tell everyone the reality of their personality. So, in a way, he was this mirror to the Brahmins that mocks them. But that is not the bad part. The bad part is that he was aware of it. Narappa, therefore, would target all the Brahmins in his community and would mock them and would question their authority to perform rites when their own soul is not clean. This became a problem for the entire Brahmin community, especially when he was alive. And now that he's dead, there was a plague running around, and they thought perhaps this is Narappa's doing. And every taboo that he broke, they are being punished for it. These Brahmins are greedy and they are mean. But they're also jealous of how Narappa was able to defy everything and attain the pleasures that they cannot attain in real life. They did not have the courage to defy Brahmanism, leave their rites and rituals, and just shift to eating meat and fish and hanging around with whoever they wanted to, living or marrying a woman they loved or of their own choice and not of the same caste. So these Brahmins turn to Praneshcharya, who is our hero. But our hero is very limited. He's only capable of drawing arcs when we need him to go full circle. So when these Brahmins throw the entire responsibility of Narappa's Antim Sanskar on Praneshcharya, obviously you feel for him, but at the same time Praneshcharya realizes how hypocrisy runs among these Brahmins. And he is faced by just one question that plagues him. Who then is a Brahmin? Are you born one or do you become one by your virtues? And now this play was written in 1960s, 65 to be precise. And many readers might not find it as intriguing. When it was published, it initially got banned because so many upper caste communities were upset. And then there was a movie that came out based on the same book. It got banned as well. But this book, even though written 55 years ago, it is so relevant because of the religious extremism so many societies around the world face today. Religion went from something that had to do for humanity to something that is only about following rituals today. There's a book, 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak, and there one of the protagonists tells you how when you decide to follow a system or a book or a religion, there are two kinds of people that you'll meet. Ones who swim on the surface and the ones who take deep dives. The ones who dive deep truly understand the layers of a religion or whatever system it is that you decide to follow or understand. They truly understand the different layers and the nuances of a religion. So if you read a book, you will understand a meaning, but every different time you read the same book, you will understand something better. And this is diving deep. While people who chose to swim on the surface only understand so much. And I feel this book gives you the same message. If you want to follow a system or if you want to understand something, dive deep. Don't just sit at the surface and swim through it or crawl through it. Learn to dive deep, and that is only when you'll understand the deeper meanings to religions, to texts, to books. I hope you liked this week's recommendation, and I will be back again with another recommendation next week.